All right, three, two, one, go. All right, today we welcome on a very special guest. I know I said it was going to be my friend Simon. It's not Simon, it's Dylan. Dylan, welcome back to the show. I did say it was going to be a friend of mine named Simon at the start of the show. He bailed. They're working him too hard. Let's just say he works a job where he can't tell me what he does. So
Yeah,
he works very long hours, but he can't tell me what he does. Anyways, how have you been? It's been a while.
been good. I work at the safari park still.
Nice, nice. All right. You're a baseball guy, so let's dive into it. We're about not halfway through MLB, but we're at Memorial Day or past Memorial Day. That's like the benchmark. Are there any teams you're like surprised about, good or bad? Because I can pull the standings right now. There's some teams I'm like, how are they good?
To be honest, I haven't really been following the standings.
I
How are
can
the
tell
what's
you
the
the Padres are 30 and 29, 6.5 games behind.
30 and 29? I feel like every single time I see them, they're just even. They're like 500.
Well,
Literally
they're 0-2 the two times I went because I saw them in San Diego with you, and then I also saw them in Cincinnati.
same. I saw them. You'd lose to the Giants and lose to the Phillies. So
By the way, Cincinnati Ballpark, a great American ballpark. Highly recommend.
how? What's the home run lane? Isn't that like a really small stadium
Which one?
for for Cincinnati?
It's not ginormous, but it's moderately sized. I would think it's pretty cool. It's right in the river. You could see the state of Kentucky over the river. It's a cool location. All I did, they have a Tuesday night special, $3 beer and like dollar hot dogs.
That's a
So
good deal.
it is a very good deal. So there are definitely a lot more younger people there that night, but I think they were there for the $3 beer.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
So it was a fun game.
Are the Reds good?
Are the Reds good? No, they are perfectly average. I couldn't name a single player on the team.
Dang, well, I guess they aren't good
Like
then.
they're the Reds. Like I went to Reds and Pirates, and those are two teams that like haven't been relevant in decades.
You went to a Pirates game. Yeah, the
I
Pirates.
Pirates, first of all, big fan of the city of Pittsburgh, but the Pirates, it is a fun stadium as well. Similar to Pittsburgh, like or similar to Cincinnati, I mean. Riverfront Stadium. But yeah, it was fun, great food, good beer. Like I liked it as well.
That's sick. What's your
So
ranking stadiums now?
what's my ranking? Well, I did Wrigley as well. I
Okay,
mean, obviously Fenway will always be number one.
it's biased.
I'll put Petco at number two. I'll give you that. I don't know. What else we got? We got AT&T Park at number three. I'll give you the top five. I've been to a lot now. I will put Cincinnati at four, and I will put Seattle at five.
Seattle, so Seattle's last.
Well, they're at number five. I've been to more. I just thought I would give you a top five.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've
What
been to
about
a lot more. I just felt like a top five would be important for the show.
are the Pirates last?
Are the Pirates last? No, the Pirates are last. Oakland will always be last.
Oakland. I guess
Have
their
you
stadium.
ever been to the Coliseum?
When did you go there?
Oh, a long time ago. It's a dump. It has character, but it's a dump. Like the stadium is old. It's gross. It wasn't meant to, it was meant for football and baseball. It wasn't very good for either. I imagine it's more fun when A's are good and they're in the playoffs, but right now they're leaving, so no one goes.
Well, I mean, Oakland is terrible, right?
But are bad this year, but again, like even when they were good, it wasn't that great of an environment. I imagine it's more fun to playoffs like most major league stadiums.
Yeah,
But the Oakland A's are moving to Sacramento, then Vegas.
they're moving
So
to
they're going to Sacramento for 2 years.
for what? For where are they going?
They're going to a minor league stadium in Sacramento.
Oh, so it's like when the Chargers had to play at the MLS
The
stadium.
Galaxy Stadium.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know. Didn't
What
know
a
that
time to
Oakland,
be alive.
Sacramento.
Yep.
That's pretty
The
embarrassing.
one time the Packers played, it was 80% Packers fans. We didn't win, by the way.
But I bet when Oakland goes to Vegas, they'll be a lot better.
What would be good to first year they go to Vegas? Like watch them
Every,
like actually win the AL West.
like everyone gets good when they go to Vegas.
The Raiders aren't that good.
Yeah, but they got a lot better.
Have they?
Like they went to the playoffs.
Did they
And
win a
they
game in the playoffs?
team now for sure. The Oakland Raiders were so bad.
They were good that one.
They didn't win a game though.
That one year when Derek Carr was playing well, then he got injured.
Yeah, but that was like once in I think it was like 20 years that they were actually in the playoffs or something like that.
They were good in the early 2000s.
Yeah, but that was
They were a tuck rule away from making it to the AFC Championship.
everything past like 2010 is the only thing that's relevant.
I disagree. I think there's a lot of relevant sports before
Oh,
2010.
anything
Maybe
that
not
I wouldn't
relevant to you.
anything that's like beyond that, I wouldn't. I can't count it.
What do you mean you can't count? Why is 2010 your hard cutoff?
I didn't see it.
But you didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
I mean, it's not that it didn't happen, but I mean, it's not relevant to today's standards.
I mean, I think the tuck rule is still influential today. I don't think the rule itself is, but I think a lot of things have happened because of that single play. They made a whole documentary on it. Like a lot of things happened that wouldn't
Yeah, I mean,
necessarily have happened if the tuck rule didn't happen.
but I mean, like, if you ask a bunch of
Would Brady have won a Super Bowl that year? No. Would he have won a Super Bowl? Would he have won five more Super Bowls or no, six more Super Bowls? Maybe, but he wouldn't have won
yes,
it that year.
does Brady have 6 or 7
He
rings?
has seven.
He has 7.
Yep.
That's Mahomes at.
Mahomes is at three. So they're going for the three-peat this year. But
Oh, me and G already said that the Niners are winning the Super Bowl next year. Just by the way,
you're already calling it?
this upcoming year they're gonna go undefeated and win the Super Bowl,
Okay, that's a take.
and they're
Undefeated.
gonna beat the Jets by 35 on the opening Monday. By the way,
Thought it funny they put Aaron Rodgers on a Monday night
yeah, and he's gonna lose.
or get injured.
I
Speaking of
hope.
that, do you know who's
I
doing Hard Knocks now this season? Guess who they have?
like the team.
Yeah, they announced it today.
The Browns.
The Bears.
I
So
feel
they're
like they
doing
just teams.
what?
I feel like they just pick terrible teams for Hard
No, they
Knocks.
want to pick like up and coming teams potentially.
The Bears suck.
Honestly, does it really matter who gets Hard Knocks? Like they're there for training camp.
Yeah, but
They're
they're
there for
cool.
like 4 weeks.
They went for the Lions and they did good.
I mean, last year they had the Jets that didn't really work out.
Well, that was the only reason why the Jets weren't good is because Aaron Rodgers got. I bet you if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, they'll go into the playoffs.
They could. They currently have the longest, I think, playoff drought in all of sports.
In sports or the NFL,
All of sports.
really? Oh wait, well actually,
Although in baseball, I don't consider because I did when I was looking like at the Pirates and like Reds playoff records, they technically count via wild card game as making the playoffs. If you don't win the wild card game, you didn't make the playoffs.
yeah, you did.
No,
You're still
you made a game to potentially make the playoffs. I don't consider that the playoffs.
like you don't. If you make the wild card in the NFL, then you didn't make the
But if you
playoffs.
don't win, if you don't win the play-in tournament in the NBA, you don't make the playoffs.
That's not a
It's
wild card.
but it's the play-in tournament. It's basically the wild card.
Wild card is like you just barely made the playoffs, basically.
No, you were like you lost the game and missed the playoffs. Like you didn't win. You didn't get to play a playoff series. I don't consider it the playoffs. I like now that it's the wild card series where it's like a no, it's 3 games. That's the playoffs because you're playing more than one game against the same team. And like the number one team in each league
I
gets a
think
bye. I like the new system. It's way
wild
better.
card, wild card is like a You just barely made it, and now you have a chance to win still. That's like a wild, but you still made the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, but like the Reds can't claim they made the playoffs just because they made the wild card game and lost. Like you can't
When
run on that.
when did the Reds even make the wild
I
card?
don't know. Like a few years ago, I was curious. But anyways, the New York Jets do have the longest like losing streak in terms of not making the playoffs.
But in baseball, making the playoffs is already so hard. Like I would say, making a
It's hard in
wild,
the NFL too.
and not really.
In the expanded playoff, it's not impossible, but it's not like easy either. You have to win a decent amount of games.
You can't name one NFL team besides the Jets that hasn't gone to the playoffs in the last like 10 years.
Yeah, that's true. But the Jets have not made it though.
But like in baseball, you teams just don't go to the playoffs for 15, 20 years.
I mean, same in football. It's not like the Browns made the playoffs forever.
Yeah, they did. They
Well,
made it
they did.
recently.
They did recently, but before that, they went on
And
a pretty big stretch where they
what
didn't
are the
make it.
Jets? What are the Jets at right now?
Their last playoff win was in 2011. It was against a 14-2 Patriots team,
So third, it was like
and
13
they
years ago.
beat Tom Brady in Foxborough after the Patriots had gone 14-2. They had no business winning that game, and they did. And then they lost. They lost to the Steelers the following week. And then the Packers beat the Steelers, by the way. Just thought I'd mention that. It was a great day.
I feel like I've never seen the Jets do good. To be honest, I can't remember a
There was
time.
always such the Mark Sanchez there was like the last time they were like good. I wouldn't even consider them good. I would say they were a lock to beat the Patriots one year, which for a Jets fan is really all you can ask for at this point.
The only thing I remember from the Jets because they had Frank Gore at one point. He's a
Yeah, I'll
Niners,
wash Frank Gore. Yeah.
and then he signed to the Niners for 10 days to retire there.
Again, like I think at this point, if you're a Jets fan, if you can beat the Patriots, that's your Super Bowl right there. Like that's all you could ask for out of the Jets. And they got that this
I've,
year, actually.
I've never met a Jets fan in my life.
Oh, I have.
You met a Jets fan?
I grew up on the East Coast. Of course I've met Jets fans.
Why would you? Why wouldn't you just pick the Giants if you're from New York?
Some people want to root for the Jets.
Why? They
Why would you
suck.
root for the Mets when the Yankees exist? It's a
The
personal
Mets
choice.
are good. The Mets are actually kind of cool.
The Mets are not good.
Yeah, they are.
Since like hold
They
on
won
now. When have they been good recently?
when they
Ever?
lost to the Padres in the playoffs. They won 100 games.
Okay. That was a
They were
long time ago.
no, it wasn't. It was like 2 years ago.
Okay, it wasn't that long ago. Right now, the Mets are pretty 23 and 33, so they're not that good. I hear City Field's cool.
I mean, I'd rather be a Mets fan than a Jets fan. The Jets just suck.
Yeah, but why would you be a Mets fan over a Yankees fan if you live in New York?
Well, obviously, I'd be a Yankees fan
Ugh, hard
if I was
pass. Hard
but
pass.
taking
I hate the Yankees. I'm a Red Sox fan. I can't root for the Yankees like ever.
like your rival. I actually like the Red Sox a lot more than the Yankees. So
Good choice. Good choice.
the Red Sox are actually pretty cool.
We're not that good this year. I don't know, but our pitcher this sorry, I happen to have the game on. 8 strikeouts in a row. First time since Roger Clemens, by the
You're,
way.
you're lucky because you're a Red Sox fan. So in like
What?
5 years, your team's gonna be good. And probably not even five, probably like 3 years.
I don't know. I don't like the direction teams going in personally. They're
No,
not they're not they have money. They're not paying players. They're not
if you're
getting
the Red,
anyone.
the Yankees, the Dodgers,
We gotta
and you
spend money.
if you have any of the most expensive teams, you're gonna be good. And
Yeah, we don't have that. We had those players and then didn't pay them.
think
So
about it,
they
like if you're
went to the Dodgers.
Padres, Mariners,
The
Tampa Bay,
Dodgers are spending money
all of
and
because
they have a good team for a reason because they actually want to pay people money. But I will never root for the Dodgers.
uh,
You ever been to Dodger Stadium?
no,
I've
I'm
heard
not
good
going.
things. I've never been, but I've heard good things. I will admit Wrigley was pretty cool. I did go to Wrigley as well.
Dreams. I think
Wrig-
the
Wrigley was like a very, I mean, it's Wrigley, it's awesome, but also like the whole like scene outside of a stadium. All they have rooftop bars literally on either side of a street for like a block next to the stadium. So you just pick a random rooftop bar, have a couple beers, go to the game, have a few more, go to another rooftop bar, have a few more beers. That's what we did.
Wrigley.
Yeah, and then I jumped into Lake Michigan. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you saw the video. It did get like 2,000 views. No braxies.
Can you
That's my.
look up the five teams that haven't won the World Series yet?
All right.
No,
That
it's
was
the
my.
Pod
You know, that was my
Mariners.
most viewed video ever. Like of anything I've ever done on this podcast. Speaking of which, I think I started some show. I'm getting sidetracked here. I got. I don't know if you noticed. I dropped a video application for a job, and I had to put it on my YouTube channel, the same one I use for the podcast. You know that video has more views than most of my episodes.
How many views does that have?
Well, only it has like 20, but like which isn't that much. But like my last episode had 4 views.
Well, you got to get that up. You got to.
I'm aware we have to get it up. I'm working on it. That's kind of my job to get the views up. We're on Twitter now. Thank you for following it.
I didn't. Everyone should follow step
Everyone
one.
should follow. It's at Step One Podcast on Twitter. Well, I can tell you that we have like 15 followers. It's you, my boy Zachy G, and then a bunch of bots.
Okay.
It's all Russian hackers following my Twitter. Which I appreciate, but I'd like, actual people to follow and not a bunch of people who've never posted anything who are clearly bots. I don't know
That's all.
why they follow my podcast Twitter, but I appreciate I will take any followers I can get at this point. But yes, we have the Twitter. Yeah, we're doing stuff, but
I like that.
my video application for a job got more views. I did post it on my YouTube page, which was my mistake. I should have posted somewhere else, but I had to upload a video somehow.
I just wanted to see it.
People just, I mean, I'm hoping the people who are supposed to see it actually watched. That's what we're hoping.
I mean, it
Hey,
don't matter.
they haven't got a batsman, by the way, but
Views of
views are views. But yeah, no, the video of me jumping Lake Michigan, as of this recording, I can tell you, we've done all right. Somehow I've gotten 2,400 views, not too shabby, of me jumping to Lake Michigan, which was not the best idea, by the way. Don't
Yo,
recommend. I mean,
what are the
do it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
what are the teams that haven't won a World Series?
Right? Yeah, that was your question.
That was, that was the initial
That
topic.
was the question. Not just this show's not their answer. Teams that haven't won a World Series. Let's see. All right. It is the Brewers, the Mariners, the Rockies, the Padres, and the Tampa Bay Rays.
Right, the Brewers, the Mariners, the Rockies, and the Padres and the Rays.
Yeah,
But you know, the Mariners actually haven't been to the World Series. They're the only team who hasn't been.
I mean, I would love. They're in first place right now, despite having like a negative run differential. I kind of want them to. I kind of want this to keep going. Like I kind of like it, but they're winning games without scoring runs.
They got
Like
good pitching.
they have good pitching, and I don't know. Maybe they're getting lucky because every year this happens where they have like a good 3 week stretch, and then Seattle fans are like, maybe we'll do some this year, and then they never do. I think once the sun comes out in Seattle, they start playing bad. And
Of
summer's right around the corner, so
those five teams, who do you think's winning first?
out of those 5 teams, I'd probably put the Brewers on just because of
Brewers.
Christian Yelich.
I feel like the Brewers is actually a pretty good pick.
I mean, the Rays aren't good right now, and
The,
they don't have the money to do it.
the Rays
The
almost did it.
Rockies will never go. Well, they went, but they got destroyed. Yeah,
I could,
probably the Brewers.
I could see the Padres doing it, but
Well, you're a Padres fan, of course you're going to say that.
yeah, but they could still do it.
They could. I don't know. The two
Out
times I seen them play, they lost.
of those teams, I would say they're probably the second most likely to eventually win it.
Yeah, I wanted to see a Fernando Tatis dinger, and I never got one.
Yeah, but you got one from I don't even remember who.
I don't remember. It didn't really matter because it was 8-0.
Yeah, it was like one or something like that.
But yeah, I saw Grand Slam at the Pirates though, so I made up for it
Okay,
because I didn't get a dinger at the Reds where they launched fireworks, by the way, which is standard, but still, it's pretty cool. Yeah, they
what was
launched
the like, fire and the smoke or something like that?
for what?
Remember when the Padres hit a home run? I think they it
Yeah,
was
but
like
they do like fire smoke. I don't know. A lot of teams do fireworks. For Brewers, by the way, have the mascot slide down a slide.
okay, well
There's just a giant slide in center field. Mascot just slides down. He used to like slide down to a fake like pit of beer because they're the Brewers.
that's funny.
So, but
Yeah.
actually, you know what my favorite thing out of all of these teams were? The best thing was they in Pittsburgh they do a pierogi race. They have a bunch of mascots dressed as pierogies, which is like a Polish dumpling, and they just race around the field.
That
Like
seems
like
watch.
you know how they do like the President's race in Washington, they do the sausage race in Milwaukee. Well, they do pierogies in Pittsburgh, and it's fantastic. It's everything I've ever wanted. Did I know they were going to do that? No, but I love it.
Good to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
The
What do you rate
pierogi race is a 10, just off of that alone.
it? Okay.
Like they're like, let's do it. We're gonna race a bunch of Polish dumplings around the field. It was definitely a spectacle.
That seems interesting to
I mean,
watch.
I think it's a big thing in Pittsburgh, which I did not know about actually. That pierogies are like a big thing there. They're really good, by the way. If you've ever had one,
I don't know.
I don't think you're gonna find them in San Diego, champ.
I feel like you can find any food here, to be honest, but
I if you can find a place that sells that either like sells frozen pierogies because occasionally you can, or like actual pierogies, I will pay you $100 if you can find one. I'll even stretch the boundary. San Diego County.
okay.
If you can find a place in San Diego County that does pierogies, I'll give you $100.
Okay.
I'm that confident you will not find them in San Diego.
All right, I'll look for them.
All right. I'm not going to tell you how to spell pierogi though. You're going to have to figure that one out.
Okay.
So I'm not.
Is
I'm
it a
not.
lot?
Next time you're on the show, I'm going to ask you how that quest is going. By the way.
Okay.
All
I
right.
feel like
Wait. Hold on. We're gonna. This is gonna be the clip for the show. We're gonna do it. All right. The deal is in San Diego County. I'm gonna give you. I'll give you 2 months to do this. 2 months. You have to find a place in San Diego County that sells pierogies,
okay.
and you have to send a picture of not only the restaurant but you eating a pierogi, and I will give you $100.
So the restaurant and me eating it.
Yes. Yeah. You have to eat a pierogi as well because they're really good.
All right.
They're also the reason why I got my tires slashed. That's beside the point. That's
That
a
was
story
great.
for another time. But yes, I once got pierogies, and then when I walked out, my tires were slashed. But that is a story for another podcast.
Okay. That's
Because
something.
it was something. It was a great day, but a story for another podcast. All right. Anyways, it looks like it's going to be Mavs Celtics in the NBA Finals. I've been watching the game on and off tonight. Mavs are dominating the Timberwolves. Celtics are going to win against the Mavs. I think the Celtics in 6. That's what I'm saying. I
So
think we're the better team. Like in my opinion, I think we're a deeper team. I think we're a better team.
honestly, I don't really watch basketball, but before the playoffs, I said the Mavericks were going to win it all, just because I was I don't know. They just
Why,
seem
you a
like
big Luka fan? Just big fan of
well.
Luka Doncic?
I just think they're always a good. They have a good organization, so I'm gonna
They
say
do.
they're gonna do it again. Remember how they beat the Heat with LeBron?
Yeah, but
They're gonna do that
that's
again.
different. Like they had a very, I don't think a better team at the time, but like it was a different team.
Well, they had to go. They had Dirk,
They did have Dirk.
and now they have Luca.
It could be like this. Like it really could, fortunately. But I think the Celtics, it's our year. I'm really feeling this one. We're gonna do it like an actual NBA Finals preview next week on the show, but like I thought I would just get out our initial thoughts.
Is the Celtics are the number one team, right? In
We're
the
the number
East.
one team.
When's the last time they won? Like,
2008. We should have won.
oh,
We would have won in '09 if Kevin Garnett didn't get injured. We would have won in 2010 as well if Kendrick Perkins didn't get injured. That's what Kendrick Perkins claims.
and the Mavs and the Celtics were both pretty good at that time, right?
Yeah, Master. Well, I mean, as long as they had Dirk, they were always good. And then
Yeah, that's pretty
once,
cool that they're gonna play each other.
yeah, it
Like
was the finals matchup we never got in the late 2000s.
in my time of watching basketball, I've seen mostly the Warriors win,
Well,
and then
yeah, they were pretty good for a while.
yeah, I mean they were killing, and then like early, I remember like the Mavericks won and the Spurs won and the Heat.
I will admit, once I actually met like real Warriors fans, not like a kid from the East Coast who like wants to be a Warriors fan, like I think I had much more respect for the Warriors. Minus the
Well,
Kevin Durant part, but like once I actually met like real Warriors fans, like realized like they had never been good and they had been waiting their entire life for something like this. Like, yeah, I think I appreciate it more now
yeah,
because when it all happened, I would just see these little kids. It was like when I was a camp counselor, like these kids from Manhattan, like wearing their like Warriors jerseys. I'm like, you're not a fan. Like, you cannot call yourself a fan. Like, oh, I've been a fan for years. I'm like, yeah, you're 10. Of course, you've been a fan for years, but you've been a fan for 3 years. And you can't, I would show them the old logo and he'd be like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, bam, call yourself a fan.
I mean,
I'm,
I think that was a big Warriors fan. He said he was always a fan, and then they just got good. So
again,
they
I
like 4 rings, right, in the past.
4 rings. I like to think, by the way, that I watched the Warriors in 2011 when they weren't very good, but I remember seeing Steph Curry play, and I'm like, wow, that's Steph Curry guy. I think he's pretty good. I'd like, I have trouble believing it, but there was a moment where I genuinely like thought this team might be good in a few years. And I like to think I was right. But again, I have trouble believing myself, but I really did think in that moment, I thought I was onto something.
He turned out to be right.
I mean, yeah, but again, like, do I really believe I did that? No, but like, I'm pretty sure it happened. Like 80% sure I thought in that moment Steph Curry was good. This is when they won like 20 games in a season. Like, they were not good. I also may have once bought a Steph Curry shirt.
You bought a Curry shirt.
Well, let me rephrase that. I think my mother bought one. I think we were like went to the Oakland A's game actually, and which was right next to Oracle Arena. And I think I told my mom like, yeah, there's this guy named Steph Curry on. This is before they had won anything, by the way. They're like, there's this guy named Steph Curry on the Warriors who's really good. I would love to like see him play one day. And then next thing you know, a week later, my mom's like, all right, I got you a Warriors shirt. So I had a Steph Curry shirt for a while. I don't have it anymore, sadly.
Did the Warriors play the Celtics in the finals?
2022, yes, we should have
Oh,
won. We were up 2-1.
oh,
We should have won.
and they lost.
Yes, I'm aware we lost. My favorite part of the whole thing is my mother texted me like her condolences by merely sending me the New York Times article saying Warriors are NBA champions. So she sent me a link to the article and then wrote underneath it, sorry.
It's rough.
I just love how that was her way of like, hey, I saw they lost. Sorry, Chief. Well, apparently my roommate, who I wasn't with him at the time, but apparently like he like was drunkenly calling everyone he knows for like an hour on the porch, just like screaming, "Yeah, we did it!" for a good hour after the game. It's, that was his way of celebrating. That was his parade, just calling everyone he knows from his childhood.
The-
I don't want to plan what I'm going to do when the Celtics win. By the way, I'm not thinking about that yet. Let's take it one game at a time.
If I'd get more into the NBA if the Clippers came back to San Diego.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Why not?
I don't know. But speaking of which, I think I've discussed some show. What do you think about the Clippers wall in the new arena? Are you familiar with this concept?
It's a wall.
It's not actually like a physical wall. Basically, what they're doing is they want a Clipper fan only section called like the wall. They're trying to like make it like a soccer type thing, like you know how you have those fan sections at soccer games. And apparently,
Isn't that
you have to be a Clippers fan to sit in this section. Like they're gonna make sure like you're not wearing the other team's jersey under your Clippers jersey. Like they're gonna vet you.
well, someone's gonna do that.
Of course, someone's gonna do that, but apparently, the second you do, they're gonna kick you out. They're very strict. Clippers fans only.
I mean, I feel
I don't think they're gonna fill it up. I don't think there are enough actual Clippers fans that could fill up like it's supposed to be 5,000 people. I don't think
oh
5,000 Clippers fans exist.
well that makes it kind of
And
different.
also, even if it are 5,000 people who actually come out, I think 99% of us just really hate the Lakers. I don't think they're like diehard fans of the LA Clippers. I think there are people who just hate the Lakers so much they'd rather root for another team.
I feel like every city that has two teams for a sport has one team that's like way more popular than the other.
Yes, but this is different. Where like the difference between the two is just astronomical in LA. Like I would say I know as many Mets fans as I do Yankees fans, actually.
Yeah, but the
But
Yankees are more popular.
yeah, the Yankees are like globally more popular, yes. But I would say within New York, I would say I know about equal amount of Yankees and Mets fans. Whereas I don't know any diehard Clippers fans, but I know a lot of Lakers fans. I can't say I know too many Angels fans, but I know a lot of Dodgers fans.
Angels fan, I don't even know if that's a real thing.
I mean, I think people were hopping on bandwagon with Otani. Now he's on LA's other team.
The Angels, yeah, obviously the Dodgers are more popular.
Uh,
The Rams are more
well, the Rams
popular.
and Chargers, I don't. I mean, technically, the Rams have fans. Chargers fans, at least within LA, I don't think are real. I know
The,
they're San Diego Chargers fans who
no,
are mad they left.
because the official team here is the Rams now.
Yeah, like the Chargers exist. Jim Harbaugh will make them better, I think, but I don't think people are going to be like lining up to go to Chargers games at the moment. But apparently, tickets are expensive, so they sell tickets apparently, or they just sell overpriced tickets.
I
It
mean,
is
maybe
SoFi, so there's that.
I mean that makes sense because it's at SoFi, but the Ram if you go to Vons or any grocery store, you'll just it's like Ram stuff. There's no I
There's
don't
no
know where
Charger stuff, which that's a bummer. You should get some
I
Chargers
guess
memorabilia.
the Chargers are probably the most popular here still.
Yeah,
But
because they were in San Diego for most of their most of their team's history.
I mean I don't really think they have a spot or they're like even an official team. I don't even think LA is like an official Chargers place. It's probably the Rams.
I mean, and that's what happens when you have two football teams.
No, I don't even think the Chargers don't. They're just like probably the least popular team in the NFL, to be honest.
I would say probably, yeah. I don't know. I don't know any Panthers fans. Actually, I
Yeah,
know one, but
but North Carolina definitely support. They just suck, so they probably
they
just don't
need
show up.
Did you see someone did the math? So apparently, based on all the subscriptions you need to get to watch all the NFL games this season, it in some cases it might be cheaper just to buy season tickets to the Panthers instead of paying for all your subscriptions.
That's why I was telling you I want to live in North Carolina, and then I
I
could
just
just
go
go.
to Panthers games.
I could
Yeah,
just
like
watch.
you and all the 10 people who go.
I mean, I bet the other team's fans would show up.
Probably, yeah. But
The Panther, so bad.
yeah, I don't know. Bryce Young is totally the future.
They gave us our best player though, so I will say that.
If they give you,
Caffrey.
they did do that. I don't. We'll on with this. I still don't understand how the Niners get all those trades. I will never understand how they do this. It makes no sense that they're able to like get the best player of every trade without giving up nothing.
Because they're just smart. I don't know what to tell
But
you.
how do you do that?
Who are you talking about besides?
McCaffrey trade, Chase Young trade. I know he's probably not on the team anymore, but still,
I mean, Chase Young isn't that crazy of a player to get. He's
he's
good,
still a good player.
not like
He
an
was a
elite.
Heisman nominee at one point. Like he is pretty good.
And I mean, they don't really trade for players that much. They mostly just draft them or buy them. And usually they don't even buy. Usually they've honestly drafted most of their team.
Yeah, true.
They bought like Trent Williams, which
Uh,
has been great buy, and they traded for McCaffrey.
Look at them now.
You look at their best player like Purdy, Ayuk, Debo, Fred
Yeah.
Warner, Bosa. All those guys are all.
Jawan Jennings. Thank you.
I don't know if he was a draft pick, but he's
Let's
good.
not forget about Jawan Jennings. All right. With
Elijah,
that, this has been awesome. We're gonna end the show right here. Like, I'm not doing a thing like saying thank you for watching. It was great to see you, Dylan. Thank you for watching step one. Yes, we will be back next week for real this time. All right, Big Fred, over and out.